Forget the 911s, forget the Ferraris. If you're looking for the next generation of classic car that's about to appreciate, you seriously need to check out the 944 Turbo, because this little gem is about to go through the roof. In the market and looking for a Porsche that's still affordable and is going to appreciate in value, you need to start looking at Porsche 944s. Today I'm in a Porsche 944 Turbo, which is actually the most desirable of the range and appreciating quite nicely right now. But the beautiful thing about this model is the fact that it's actually still quite affordable. The one that I'm in today is actually for sale on carsales.com. So I'm going to take this car for a test drive, see what all the fuss is about, because so far I'm loving it. I've literally only been in this car for the last 5 minutes, and already for an older car that's 30 plus years old, I can tell you that the ride is very comfortable, it's very smooth. It doesn't actually have ridiculously stiff suspension, which is going to be uncomfortable. The seats are very comfortable as well, and in this particular car they've actually been reinserted with beautiful exact Porsche materials. I love the fact that this is actually a turbo as well. You can actually get the 2.5 litre naturally aspirated engines in these cars, but the Porsche turbos seem to be the most desirable, no different than the 911 range. The wonderful thing about the 944 model is no one's cottoned onto it yet, only a few people, which is why they've been slowly appreciating and haven't gone ballistic like the 911s did. But it's only a matter of time. So if you're looking to get into the market and get to an appreciating classic, this is the one for you, especially if you're looking at a Porsche model.
The 944 that I'm driving today really is in great condition, and you can tell when stepping into it that it has been really well taken care of. All the original features are present and accounted for, apart from the stereo, but hey, at least you can still listen to good quality driving music as you enjoy the 944 Turbo experience. As I mentioned before, the seats have been really well restored, and the owner sourced the fabric from the original company that supplied Porsche with the material back in the manufacturing days. The exterior of the car is of equal quality as the inside. Bear in mind this is a car that's 33 years old, so you would expect some wear and tear. The wheels hardly have a scratch on them, which is a testament to how the car has been driven. And it's even the little details that make the car all that more appealing to the discerning buyer.
It was really just a car that didn't cost me so much that I worried about working on it myself. I mean, to some extent with the Boxster, basically all I do is wash it and polish it because it's in too good nick to try and fiddle with stuff myself. Part of the fun of having a car is doing it up or working on it.
Well, the exterior is in beautiful condition, like the Guards red is just beautiful on the outside.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It presents very, very well.
The purpose of a car is to get around, to drive it, to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
And the purpose of sports car is for sporting type activities. And that's why I enjoy club drives in particular, because you get around and you get around so dead quick the cops wouldn't even catch up with you if they knew where you were. And you can have some good fun and actually get the car doing what it was designed to do.
Well, even in the short time that I've driven it, it's like the more you drive it, the more it comes to you. You know, it really, you can feel it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a fantastic car. I mean, you've got to get used to it when you've never driven one before, like myself. But I mean, that's like any normal, any new car that you step into. Right. But I thought the balance was beautiful, and it's not a complicated car. It doesn't have a massive instruments or anything like that on the inside. There's no big screens, and
it's not fussy.
No, that's right.
That's what's particularly nice about it.
It has an understated elegance about it, I think, which is really nice.
And the other thing that I find interesting is that, and I was talking to you about the new Boxster. The new Boxster surprises me in some ways because the turbo almost sort of cuts in and frightens you. And that used to be the old turbo mode, you know, with a bit of lag.
Yes, you get the lag and then all of a sudden
This
you go...
doesn't have the lag. This has just got finesses. And you put your foot down and it keeps going. It doesn't suddenly take off when the turbo cuts in.
But you can hear that beautiful harmonious balance between the engine and the turbo working together at the same time all the time. You can just hear that little whine of the turbo. It's really beautiful.
That's right.
Beautiful sound comes out of it.
And they say the turbo, this engine's pretty unbreakable. I know you look at it, it's done
just over
200,000 Ks.
Yeah, 210.
And you look at the oil after a year, and it's like it was put in yesterday.
The 944 was and is a real driving experience. Filled with 1980s nostalgia and coupled with a well-balanced driving experience, it is a great car to enjoy. And at the end of the day, that's why you buy a car like this, to just enjoy. I had no issues when testing this car, and it just felt rock solid the entire time. For me, it's a no-brainer. It's not only enjoyment from the driving experience, but will surely be an investment for the future.
Now the steering actually is surprisingly not as rough as what I thought it was going to be. It's not as hard to drive. Yeah, it's actually quite pleasant. I didn't really like the look of this particular steering wheel when I first saw it in pictures either, but now that I'm actually in the flesh with the car itself, I don't mind it. Every time you step into a different car, it's a matter of getting used to that particular car's characteristics. And this car is no different, but it is a beautiful drive. It's so much smoother than I thought it was actually going to be. The car itself has actually been maintained quite well. The exterior of the car, the paint finish on the exterior of the car is beautiful. I wouldn't say it's concours, but it's in very, very good condition. The inside of the car has been maintained really well as well. Yes. That was all right. It's that perfect example of back to basics, mixing in with a nice level of comfort and pure driving experience. When it first came out, this car was deemed as one of the best balanced cars of its time. And I'd have to agree that it feels just beautiful. It doesn't feel weighty in the front, it doesn't feel light in the back, it just, I don't know, it just seems to handle perfectly. So that's the only way I can describe it. Would I buy one? Yes, I would actually, for 3 reasons. One, it's Porsche and it screams quality all the way. You can hear it in the sound of the engine, you can feel it in the way that it drives, you can feel it in the way that the interior has been put together, you can feel it with the way that the car feels so solid and easy to drive. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. Secondly, Porsche 944 is an appreciating classic. It's just at that point in its appreciation where it's hit rock bottom, it's already started to rise, and the turbos will be the first to go. They'll skyrocket at some stage. I can't tell you when, only time will tell, but they'll be the first to go. And 3, it's just a great car for a great drive. It's a beautiful experience. You could definitely take this out for weekends, daily drives. It's a little bit of an all-rounder. It does have 4 seats in it, which is an attraction. It's just an enjoyable little car. And it looks great as well. Okay, there's 4 points. It looks cool. Now it looks retro. And you don't see many cars with pop-up lights either at the front of them. You know, it's the simple things. It's all those little simple things that make for a lovely driving experience.